It makes strategic sense for legal professionals and firms to leave Mediterranean markets for the UK/US when market saturation, eroded profitability, and cultural or operational misalignments outweigh the benefits of staying, especially if the firm can leverage specialization, scale, or innovation in the more consolidated, higher-margin UK/US markets. Leaving Mediterranean legal markets for the UK/US is most justified when a firm or professional faces persistent low profitability due to market oversaturation, intense price competition, and limited growth opportunities, particularly in general practice areas. The decision is further supported if the firm's business model, culture, or ambitions align better with the more structured, specialized, and technologically advanced environments of the UK/US. Where higher barriers to entry and greater market consolidation can offer improved margins and long-term sustainability. Mediterranean legal markets are highly saturated, with lawyer densities in Israel, Italy, and Greece far surpassing those in the UK and US. This oversupply results in fragmented markets dominated by small firms and solo practitioners, as well as a surplus of law graduates competing for limited positions. The intense competition leads to persistent downward fee pressure and generally low average earnings, meaning most lawyers in these regions struggle to achieve significant profitability, especially in general practice areas. Only a handful of firms manage to thrive, while the majority face modest and often declining incomes. UK and US big law firms consistently achieve high profit margins, around 40% for top US firms and over 22% for leading UK firms, driven by strong international presence, significant investment in technology, and a focus on high-value, specialized services. Profits per equity partner, PEP, in these firms can reach $9.3 million in the US and over £2 million in the UK, far surpassing the earnings of mid-tier, boutique, or Mediterranean general practice firms, where profit margins often fall below 15% and PEP is significantly lower. Mediterranean firms, especially those in general practice, face lower margins and are more exposed to cost pressures and market volatility, making it challenging to match the profitability and operational resilience of their UK/US counterparts. If your firm's profit margins are consistently below industry benchmarks and you lack the scale or specialization to compete, the UK/US offers a more attractive environment for high-performing, growth-oriented practices. Cultural misalignment between Mediterranean and UK/US legal models can create operational inefficiencies, client misunderstandings, and internal friction. Mediterranean firms tend to emphasize personal, trust-based relationships, flexible billing, informal partnerships, and a balanced work-life approach, while UK/US firms prioritize professional, transactional relationships, standardized billing, formal meritocratic structures, and high availability. These differences mean that firms aiming for scalability and institutionalization may find the standardized processes, transparency, and meritocracy of the UK/US models more compatible with their long-term goals. If your firm's culture and operational model are more aligned with UK/US standards, or if you struggle to adapt to Mediterranean informality and relationship-driven business, relocation can improve efficiency and client fit. Regulatory and structural considerations. Summary. The UK's flexible regulatory frameworks, such as alternative business structures, ABS, foster innovation and allow for diverse firm models. In contrast, the US legal sector features state-level regulation with high market consolidation and transparent performance standards. Mediterranean markets are characterized by regulatory complexity, frequent reforms, and layers of overlapping EU and national rules, often resulting in operational uncertainty for law firms. If persistent saturation, low margins, and regulatory or cultural misalignments are stifling your firm's growth in Mediterranean markets, transitioning to the UK/US can offer higher profitability, better specialization, and scalable operations, especially if your firm is ready to adapt and invest in these dynamic legal environments.